There's only one that can do what Caitlin Clark did. Bring all those eyes. For pure basketball purists, there's nobody like her. On the court, what she did, and I don't know if you saw, Indiana Fever yesterday posted this clip of Caitlin, and the caption was just her accolades, and it took 5 minutes to read, and I'm like, girl, do you want to chill at all? She doesn't know.
Zero. And listen, I think this is probably the easiest decision to make.
After an incredible season that left fans and analysts stunned, Caitlin Clark is rewriting the rules for what it means to be a basketball superstar. She has surpassed herself once more, shattering records in a manner that no other athlete has in recent memory. The twist, Clark hasn't even put on her sneakers for this one. She has won several of the most prestigious sporting awards, including AP Female Athlete of the Year, SBB Business Athlete of the Year, and Times Athlete. She is on a winning streak that no one can seem to halt or even keep up with. Let that sink in. Caitlin Clark is the face and head HRO of the WNBA. Very frank, I don't know how this is still going on, but she is bringing butts to the seat, and that's all that matters. She is marketable, and you have charisma, but not everyone is celebrating. Enter Angel Reese, who has a less than gracious response to Clark's success. She doesn't just disagree, she's openly dismissing Clark's well-earned recognition. Is Reese simply refusing to acknowledge greatness, or is there something more going on here? I understand what she's saying, but she shelled that attention right and did all this that wasn't to that team she was seeking for it. She kept trying to find her to do this to get the attention. Can you even believe the chaos swirling around Caitlin Clark's success is not just about another award, it's about a so-called rivalry that's causing drama everywhere. However, let's be honest, it's clear that she's jealous of Caitlin because every interview and tweet about Caitlin is about Caitlin, and I haven't seen Caitlin even respond to her yet. There isn't much of a rivalry when one team is setting records and the other appears more interested in following social media trends than on-court accomplishments. When I watch her play, I mean, does that look special? Do you think people were coming to watch her play? 11 points per game is the 5th high for her team, which is cool. But when we look at the attendance, we wonder who is actually watching the game. So she mentioned the Angels team in Chicago and their attendance of 600, 600, 1200, 9000, 8008. Oh, and then 177000. Wow, why was it 177000? Who thinks you played Caitlin Clark? This story has everything. Clark's unrivaled talent, her unwavering drive, and Reese's eyebrow-raising reactions. It's no wonder the basketball world can't stop talking, but the real question is, why does Reese seem to be so upset by Clark's well-earned recognition? Is it jealousy, denial, or simply a refusal to acknowledge her greatness when it's right in front of her? I tell you who the unmarketable is, this Reese, who seems to feel like people are attending games to see her. She's flattering, asking why she's not being marketed. Caitlin Clark's recent accomplishments are no coincidence. They are the result of a season that has fundamentally changed what it means to have a breakout year in the WNBA. Her stats, poise, and clutch play make her dominance undeniable. I'm curious how she managed to pull it all off, but don't worry, we're going to break it down. I did some stalking on her on TikTok, Instagram, and other social media platforms. She reminds me of Megan, a stallion, so that's who she is. Let's start by talking about Caitlin Clark's record-breaking dominance. She didn't just set records, she obliterated them in a jaw-dropping fashion. Let that sink in. 62 is the number of records Clark smashed in just her rookie year. This isn't just history in the making, it's a complete redefinition of what's possible in the WNBA. Most players dream of breaking 1 or 2 records, but Caitlin Clark was the one who did it. The record book and completely rewrote it. So, it's been difficult for me, but I've tried to adjust and just have that mindset of just moving on. Caitlin Clark is a box office star. If Angel Reese had been older, I would have scolded her for what she said because I would have thought, how naive can you be? But she's young, she's only 22, And the best part is that her accomplishments aren't just numbers on paper. They translate into victories. Clark was the driving force behind the Indiana Fever securing their first postseason berth in almost 10 years. Indeed, she is a remarkable individual, but her influence has changed the course of her team's entire history. That's what separates the C rookie from greatness and legend. I believe that a lot of positive things will come from this, but it doesn't end there. Clark's influence off the court is equally significant. During her rookie season, WNBA merchandise sales increased by an incredible 500%. That's not a typo, a six-fold surge driven by her incredible appeal. Clark didn't just sell jerseys, she transformed the WNBA into a must-watch brand, and attendance is breaking. Even sports economists are beginning to notice the Caitlin Clark effect. Thea LaVille, a well-known expert, didn't hold back when he called Clark a lightning rod for women's basketball, and she's spot on. Clark's influence isn't just rewriting history. Some are even comparing her to Michael Jordan and claiming that she revolutionized the game's popularity. Records viewership is reaching new heights, and the league is reaching audiences it's never connected with before. On a scale few believe possible, you are aware that when Michael Jordan entered the NBA in 1984, the league's ratings were low. Chicago Stadium was, a third full of people watching his games, and now all of his games are on television. He was a divisive figure, and Tiger Woods was like that when he joined the PGA, changing the entire economics of golf in the same way that Michael Jordan changed the NBA's financial economics. Now, let's talk about the numbers, because Clark's rookie season is more than just a spectacle. Her presence alone is a goldmine. Let that sink in. It is estimated to have contributed an incredible $36 million to the Indianapolis economy. This is the kind of ripple effect that makes city officials and team owners smile. And it doesn't stop there. According to Lav, women's professional basketball as a whole is expected to grow by an incredible $1. I'm going to approach this the same way I did with Michael Jordan, but she's not the Michael Jordan of her sport in terms of money. $6 billion over the next 3 years, all owing to this phenomenon called Caitlin Clark. Yes, that's billion with a capital B, game changer. What does all of this mean? Caitlin Clark is more than just a basketball player. She's a phenomenon on the court, redefining what it means to be a generational talent off the court, attracting droves of new fans, converting casual viewers into devoted supporters, and driving an economic surge. Athleticism, playing dominating, but A'ja Wilson is the best player in the game, no debate. I'm talking about value now, value to a franchise, value to a league, getting your team in the playoffs. They had the #1 pick, and there is value to that. Anything the WNBA has ever witnessed, and not just star power, but transformation in action. I'm talking about value. Michael Jordan was the league's most valuable player every year because of what he meant to his team and to the league. By the way, he won 6 titles, so you can't argue with that. Caitlin Clark may not win any titles, but Las Vegas is still a fantastic team, and the fact that she is performing at a high level makes it commonplace for her to go for 26 and 12. I mean, those are fantastic numbers for any player, regardless of how long they have been in the league. The media portrayed their rivalry as a dramatic showdown, a clash of titans that would go down in basketball history. But was the competition ever really close? The answer may surprise you. You're not marketable because of the way you present yourself. Oh, look at me, I'm hot girl, summer, hi, turn that girl, go sit your ass down. People are only looking at you because you're competing with Caitlin. If that's a game, they're showing up for Caitlin, not for you. Said focus on your game. That's what you need to do. The media was obsessed with the supposed rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, portraying them as 2 rising stars engaged in a dramatic rivalry that lasted the entire season. It was like a real-life sports drama with headlines and sound bites hyping up their every move. However, as the season went on, people began to question whether this rivalry was real or if it was all smoke and mirrors created by the media. You want to know why? Because she has that MJ mentality and trains constantly, which is why she is busting threes out while you TikTok. It was clear that Reese wasn't happy when Caitlin Clark won Rookie of the Year and was selected for the All-NBA first team as a rookie. It was a decisive drop-the-mic moment that destroyed any idea of a neck-and-neck race, and she publicly expressed her displeasure. Reese said Clark didn't deserve the accolades, and her response sent the internet into a frenzy, sparking arguments and dividing basketball fans worldwide. However, was her outrage purely emotional, or was there something deeper bubbling beneath the surface? What is your position on that? My whole situation was that when I was selected as the 7th pick, I thought, hey, I'm cool, I can just hoop because I'm DFT at 7, so the pressure shouldn't be up there. Well, they said, oh, I'm still a rookie, I'm still figuring it out, trying to figure things out. The truth is that Caitlin Clark isn't chasing rivals. Rather, she's pursuing greatness. She has the ability and focus to transform women's basketball with or without a rivalry to motivate her. Her skill on the court is indisputable, and it's attracting more attention to the WNBA than ever before. She's not just a player, she's uplifting the sport, inspiring a new generation of fans, and demonstrating that women's basketball is a formidable force. Wherever you go, did you see her, aside from the fact that she plays incredibly hard? I liken her to Moses Malone because of her unrelenting style, so it's not that I don't admire her. Let's be fair, even though Angel Reese's on-court prowess may not be as great as Caitlin Clark's, she is still bringing attention to women's basketball, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. When was the last time 2 WNBA rookies generated this much buzz? One for her unmatched skill, and the other for her antics in social media adventures. Whether you support Clark or Reese, the fact remains that these two have brought unprecedented energy to the league, making women's basketball a trending topic. There's no denying that Caitlin Clark is leading the charge. Her athletic accolades are more than just glistening trophies. They also represent a seismic shift for the WNBA. Clark isn't just breaking records, she's shattering perceptions of what's possible. Her notoriety is based on Caitlin Clark because she makes fun of her after winning the national title and then fails to celebrate with her teammates. Not everyone in the WNBA is thrilled about Clark's quick ascent. Some veterans and basketball legends have expressed concerns, saying that the skinny white girl was the best thing that ever happened to the league. She is already the most exciting and entertaining player in the league, and the entire league is the one you can't take your eyes off of. Global buzz is nothing short of revolutionary, with people not just calling her a star, but a transformative force, a player who could reshape the very foundation of the league. And it's a valid criticism that has sparked lively discussions throughout the basketball community in Asia. Wilson Wilson is her name. She quotes, "It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath the rug." This is why it enrages me when people claim that the pushback against Caitlin Clark isn't about race, because it is. For some, it's about fairness. Critics contend that other players who have made significant contributions to the league aren't receiving the same respect.